Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Travel News Weekly by Turnpikes.com for July 13th, 2026. We begin with a look at gas prices, which had been going down for the past few weeks, but that trend appears to be at an end, at least for now. Renewed tensions and fighting in the Strait of Hormuz contributed to a near 8-cent increase in regular gas prices in the past week, according to the American Automobile Association. Currently, a gallon of regular unleaded will set you back about $3.87 per gallon. That is up from just under $3.80 a week ago. The cost of a gallon of diesel has also gone up, and more so than regular gas. According to the AAA, diesel prices jumped about 12 cents in the past week, up from $4.76 to $4.88 per gallon. A quick travel note for those using Florida's Turnpike this week. The northbound Turnpike will close in Palm Beach County overnight between Jog Road and Okeechobee Boulevard. Southbound lanes are not affected. The closures begin nightly at 8 p.m. and continue through the week, ending the following morning at 6 a.m. Northbound traffic will have to exit at Jog, then follow Jog Road back to Okeechobee and use Okeechobee to get back onto the northbound Turnpike. Again, this happens nightly through the entire week for Florida's Turnpike. After repeated delays and interference from the United States, notably the Trump administration, it has been announced the Gordie Howe International Bridge will finally open before the end of July 27th to be specific, which is the last Monday of the month. The bridge operators made the news official just before the weekend as Canada's Ministry of Housing and Infrastructure, along with Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer, each touted the economic and social benefits of the new bridge. You'll recall the Gordie Howe International Bridge was due to open earlier in the spring, but the U.S. president stated he would block the bridge's opening unless the U.S. was given part ownership. That strong-arm tactic, it was quickly revealed, was taken after the owners of the nearby Ambassador Bridge had made a donation to MAGA Inc., a political action committee supporting the U.S. president and his allies. The result was a delay opening the bridge for several weeks while the U.S. and Canada worked out details of a revenue-sharing agreement. While details have not been made public, at least not yet, a news release issued by the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority stated the U.S. and Canada have agreed to establish a 15-year economic development fund that will be tied to a portion of the profits from operating the bridge. Again, the Gordie Howe International Bridge, which was paid for entirely by Canada, will finally open July 27th. Alabama's plan for the Mobile River Bridge and Bayway project has been modified to accommodate both a scaled-back design and higher tolls, especially for out-of-state drivers. Alabama's DOT unveiled the plans in the past week. The original plan was to replace the Mobile Bayway, but that has apparently been put on hold. Plans for a new 6-lane cable-stayed Mobile River Bridge, however, remain intact. The project originally was going to involve replacing the Bayway at the same time the new bridge would be under construction, but under the new plan, the replacement of the Bayway will be financed in the future in part by tolls from the new bridge crossing. Additionally, the plan to limit passenger car tolls to $2.50 per crossing has been scrapped and is now $3 per crossing if drivers use an Algo Pass. That's Alabama's transponder. Those with a compatible out-of-state transponder would be soaked for $7.70 for a 2-axle vehicle. That new bridge will also have a plate payment option, although that cost has not been set. The new Mobile River Bridge is expected to open in 2031. A decision to toll a replacement of the Cape Fear Memorial Bridge in North Carolina must be undertaken by February in order to preserve federal grant money originally set up by the Biden administration. That news was unveiled by local media in the past week, and it puts the Wilmington Metropolitan Planning Organization on the spot to finally make up its mind about tolls. The grant money, about $242 million worth, would pay the bulk of the construction costs of the new bridge. North Carolina's Department of Transportation has earmarked about $85 million for the bridge project. If the WMPO does not decide to toll the bridge, both the grant money and the NC-DOT contribution come off the table. If the organization decides ultimately to go forward with tolling, a replacement for the new bridge is likely to begin construction near the end of 2027. We'll keep you posted of the drama as it all continues to unfold. In case you missed it, it looks like Rhode Island will finally restart truck tolling beginning in 2027, although the exact month remains in the air. The most realistic estimate, according to local media reports, is July 2027 as a relaunch month for the Rhode Island truck tolling plan. Tolling of trucks began in Rhode Island in 2018, but they were suspended in 2022 after they were ruled unconstitutional, in part due to a discount program being offered to Rhode Island-based trucks. In 2024, a federal appeals court ruled the tolls themselves were constitutional, but not the discount program. Again, Rhode Island's plan to toll truckers will be back in operation in 2027, most likely by July. Out-of-state drivers will not pay a premium for using their compatible transponders in New Hampshire. You'll recall New Hampshire's Bureau of Turnpikes had planned a toll increase for out-of-state Easy Pass and other transponder holders, but not for locals. The plan to charge more for out-of-state transponder holders was shut down by New Hampshire's Governor Kelly Ayotte in the past week, who vetoed legislation that would have raised rates for those out-of-state transponders beginning January 1st. The bill now goes back to New Hampshire's Senate, but it is not clear whether there are enough votes to override the governor's veto. That will wrap up a busy week of news for us here at Turnpikes.com. Once again, we remind you to please drive safely and avoid distracted driving. I'm Danny Pryor reporting for Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.